everybody, you are here with Rasa the dancer, and if I'm gonna start squinting, I apologize, but it's a beautiful sunny day in London, and sunny means Rasa squints. Anyway, I'm in this wonderful location, quite isolated from everybody else. I have my bicycle with me, so now that they give us a little bit more freedom to run around from the corona, I have my bicycle and I just take off with my bicycle, find beautiful locations, and I make dance videos for you, and of course I make YouTube videos for you. And this brings me to my next video. I thought, since I'm sitting in beautiful location and well, you can't see the beauty, the river is behind you, but it's bad lighting, but it's wonderful, there's a river. So I thought I'll make top 5 tips of what motivates me to do the job that I do, and hopefully these tips that motivates me maybe would motivate you too, and if not, maybe it will put things in perspective. But these are going to be my top 5 things that motivate me to keep doing what I do. Tip number 1 that keeps me motivated and should keep you motivated, I think, is that I'm absolutely in love with what I do. Dancing, I keep saying to people, is not what I do, is who I am. And doing things like YouTube videos, I find it super rewarding, especially when I get feedback that they're helping you out. So it makes me feel so good that I'm making some sort of impact in other people's lives. And also it kind of releases a lot of things from inside. You know, I'm quite private person, believe it or not. So I keep a lot of things inside. I don't like to talk about things. It's not my personality, as in within myself. So making these videos for you are very, very therapeutic. So I find it very healing. I find like I'm making an impact, and I'm absolutely in love with dancing. It's what I do, with teaching dance, everything involving with dance. So for me, the number 1 motivation is I wake up and all I want to do is what I do. So that is my number 1 motivation. And if you're not in love with what you do, that is gonna be really, really difficult for you. Tip number 2, whenever things get a little bit tough, because not always it's easy, even if you're in love with what you do. So when things get rough, I tend to remember my past. My past, not necessarily everything from the past, but specifically of what made me start doing what I do. Why have I chosen this path? And if I look back, I will remember huge passion for one reason or another, huge mistakes I have done that I swore never to do again. I will remember all of the suffering I had before I started this path, and all of the little things that it seems like something bad now immediately becomes nothing compared to what I've been before. So that is another tip that I give to you. If you find that you are struggling to find motivation, remember what made you start it in the first place, and remember all of the things you had to go through in life, and you will see that this little thing now, what you're going through, is just one extra thing that is part of your experience, but you have to push through, and you know there is another day and it will get better. It helps for me, maybe it can help you too. My motivation number 3 is my family. Now, of course, you don't want to be doing things for your family. You want to make sure you do things for yourself first. But as a motivation, family for me personally is huge. Whether it's guilt, whether it's love, whether it's wanting to make sure that you look after them, whatever the motivation is, family is something that goes through the veins. So it's really, really personal. For me, always, if I think about my mom and my dad. But if I think about them, I immediately think, okay, I should be doing some work. Okay, I should be doing this. Okay, I should be doing anything to make sure that I'm at least this close of doing something with my life as they did with theirs, because they were going through completely different times. The opportunities I have, they did not have. So my family is my number one motivation as well. But I didn't put it on number one list because it's not supposed to be the first motivation. But I have to say, I think about my family all the time, and they motivate me. They motivate me, but they have not taught me the English language. But family is family, and I think it's really natural to want to whether impress them, whether look after them, whether to be as good as them, and I think it's a great motivation. Tip number 4 is not necessarily for everybody, but it works for me. Sometimes I get angry, and then when I get angry, I get extra motivation to do stuff. Whatever, some sort of injustice that happened to me or to somebody else, it makes me worked up. And when I'm worked up, it's not like I'm competing with somebody. It's not like I actually have to prove something to somebody, but that feeling really gets me worked up, and that's where I do a lot of amazing work. It's an extra motivation. And it's like Michael Jordan, basketball player. If you don't know him, go check him out. He's an OG, and he's phenomenal athlete, and he used to get worked up. He would find like one thing somebody said, and he would just make that thing of what somebody said a thing that fuels him to just destroy them in the best possible way. You know, playing basketball, you can only destroy them by doing the best you can do. So it's kind of, you could find something that could work you up, that could fuel that internal fire, that would make you want to get up and do something, that would make you want to improve. Like, no, you know what, I'm not like this, I actually can do this much better. And that fire has to come from somewhere. For me, as I say, I'm like Michael Jordan. Sometimes I even invent stuff in my head, which I don't know how much sanity that is, but I get worked up myself. Sometimes for little things, but that gives me that extra boost to just go for your dreams. Tip number 5, final tip. If all of these tips still don't make you motivated and nothing else is making you motivated, you maybe have to find something else to do. Whatever you wanted to do or whatever you're doing, it might not be your thing. Maybe it was that thing at the moment when you thought you're gonna do it, but I tell you, if it's really your thing, you won't let anybody take it away from you. You won't let yourself to ruin it for you. So maybe you just need to find something else to do. And maybe it's hard to let go and admit that you just didn't push hard enough, but certain things we're not supposed to push as hard. So just relax and try to find your real passion. If you fail again, so be it. Failure, it only makes us learn, and it takes us closer to the path that is our path. So good luck. And those are my 5 tips for you. I hope you find them useful or at least interesting. These are kind of motivational things that I go through. And yes, I'm gonna continue my cycling journey, and hopefully I can make more videos from you from different locations and not just from my home. And if you enjoy this video, please subscribe to my channel. I'm so looking forward to reaching 10,000 subscribers. Help me get there. And of course, leave a comment. If there's any other videos you would like to get from me, please let me know. And for now, I'm sending you my kiss.